Hello, good evening, everybody. Hi, welcome to my very first YouTube live, and very happy to have all of you guys here. So, are you guys able to hear me? If you can hear me, please type yes in the chat so that I know that you guys are here. And also because we are doing this on YouTube live, right? There is I believe a 20 to 30 seconds delay. So I might not be able to see your immediate answers or your immediate reply, right? Okay, so I see, hey, hi, Bowen. Hi, Shumei. Good to see you guys. Wow, my team is very supportive. Everyone is watching my live. Okay, now we have about 50 of you guys here. Let me know, what are the companies that you guys have been holding in your portfolio so that I can, maybe we do have some overlap because today our topic over here, right, is 3 stocks that I'm buying and holding on forever. So, they always say that there's no such thing as forever, right? The only thing that's forever is that you're gonna pass away. Okay, maybe a bit too morbid for my very first YouTube live. But anyway, today is gonna be very casual because we want to basically give you guys a lot of value at Next Level and also at Buffer Online School as well. And a lot of you guys have been asking us, hey, can we do more content, do more sharing that are more casual? So I'm not really gonna look too much into my slides. I really want to interact with you guys. Bowen say that heard you're gonna share some exciting companies. Okay lah, maybe exciting to me might not be exciting for you lah, okay? So everyone is different, okay? So hello, Desmond. Nice to see you guys here. So just want to get a gauge from you guys. How many of you here are investors and you have invested in the market? Can you please type I in the chat? Please type I in the chat. Hello, Clara. Nice to see you here as well. So why I want to ask this question, right? Because it's depending on what you guys answer, I will be going a bit faster, or going a bit slower. So in fact, today I'm supposed to take 1 hour lah, but maybe we just open up and chit chat lah. We are all investors here, then we can be more. I can talk a bit more deeper into the companies that I'm sharing. Okay. Hi, Callista. Nice to see you. Okay, AY is also here. Okay, so some of you guys are investors, but maybe some of you are not investors. But don't worry, I will make it very simple for you guys because that's what we always do at Next Level. We want to make it very straightforward and very easy to understand. Okay, so maybe I will do a little bit of a self-introduction first lah, okay, since it's my first YouTube live. So you guys are all 72 of you are very special because today is my first YouTube live. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think it's very fun to do all this sharing. We learn from each other as well. So later on, if you have any questions, just type in the chat. I will also answer. But first of all, let me do a self-introduction. My name is Rachel, and as you can see over on the screen, it says that I'm a trainer of Buffer Online School. So personally, I've been investing for about 7 years. And over the last 7 years, I believe I've seen maybe 3 or 4 major market corrections. Of course, there is the 2018, there is some movements as well. And then during COVID 2020, there is also another major market movement. And then I think at the tail end of 2022, there were also quite a lot of opportunities as well. So I've seen many of my students, like they have gained really the upside of investing when the market dips. So that's why I really enjoy sharing my knowledge with you guys. And also together with my team, Bowen, Beyond, we love investing. We love studying into companies. And that's why we really like to share openly with everyone. We really enjoy seeing you guys grow as well in our community. So Jaina, nice to see you first time on my YouTube live. Oh, this is Destiny. Yes. very, very good. Okay, Desmond. Desmond is also from our BOS community. So very happy to have you guys here. And over the last 7 years, I realized that, investing is really very, very simple. But as humans, we like to complicate things, and we like to, think of fanciful things so that we can make our portfolio grow faster. But in the end, we realized that, hey, actually the boring stuff works. Even though everybody keep telling me, hey, value investing is dead. Just go and do a more complicated stuff, go and try trading, go and try I think recently very, very popular is trading. Everybody wants to get very fast results, want to get quick results, right? But later the three stocks I show you is boring. But when boring things give you very consistent results, right? Then why you want to waste time? Yeah. To me, very straightforward. I like to live my life very, very simply. Of course, there are some companies that are a bit more exciting. Then, you sometimes you see the girl very pretty and then the guy very handsome, you want to go and chase them, right? But in the end, you get yourself hurt. No, just kidding. Or maybe you are the handsome guy or the pretty girl, then that's why you don't get so much of a problem. Okay, so anyway, let me get straight into the point of what I'm sharing today. And these three companies, right, very, very interestingly, they have been in my portfolio for the longest time. But I just want to share with you what I while preparing for this webinar, right, I also went into the general markets. Sometimes my portfolio might not, I can hold forever these three stocks, right? But it might not mean that it's good for everybody. So I was researching, hey, what's the best company to hold forever? Hey, hi Kelly, nice to see you here also. Okay, so while researching, right, I saw this quote by Warren Buffett, and this is one of his most famous quote, right? And he said that our favorite holding period is what? Is the F word, but different F from the usual F word. But he said the favorite holding period of Berkshire and himself, right, is forever. Okay, and he said that we are the opposite of those who try to hurry up and sell and book profits when companies perform well. How many of you have had this experience before? When a company is performing well in your portfolio, right, you have the very itchy hands, right? And you have the urge that maybe I want to take some profits or lock in some profits. Then, I feel like, tonight my dinner or my new car purchase is covered. Okay. How many of you have this feeling before? You just, a company is making money and then you want to cut. You want to just take profit. If you have faced this before, can you type me in the chat? Okay. And he said that companies perform well, but who tenaciously hang on to businesses that disappoint. So many of us have been through this before, myself included. Some companies did very, very well. And for me, I just want to faster lock in my profits. And then I wait for the companies that are not performing well to eventually, just go up. Okay, but in the end, right, I realized that those companies that I buy and hold, right, they are the companies that really perform the best. Okay, so if you have Bowen, Nelson, Shumei, y'all felt this before, right? Yeah, y'all need to go and read Warren Buffett shareholders letter. Okay, and he also said that Peter Lynch also said Peter Lynch is also another very, very famous fund manager in the United States on Wall Street as well. He said that he likens this behavior to cutting the flowers and watering the weeds. Okay, so you don't go and cut your flowers in your portfolio and go and water the weeds. Okay, so just remember that because my friend, my very, very good friend, always like to talk about this company, and this company is NIO, NIO. Okay, this friend has been watering this wheat for NIO for very, very long. Okay, but after a very, very long period of convincing, he finally let this NIO go. Okay, so the person know who I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, so and his Warren Buffett's method, right, is really to hold on forever. And let me tell you why this works. Okay, And let me show you another quote by Peter Lynch that I mentioned. You only need a few good stocks in your lifetime. You don't need a lot of good companies. You just need a couple, like maybe 2 or 3 every few years, right? That can really help your portfolio to perform, right? Then you don't need to do so much things, okay? You don't need to do so many patterns, you don't need to look at the market every single day, right? And then you stress yourself like, hey, how come this company is still not doing well? And then, every day you go back home, you like, wow, jialat, should I sell or not? Okay, so go and remember all these famous investors, right? What they actually say about the market. Okay, Jaina say neo is a no go. Okay, no go. Okay, you're all very funny, okay. Maybe my live stream very entertaining, right? Then we can have some fun together here. Okay, so anyway, right, I just want to test you guys, over like 80 years ago, right? 80 years ago, I would say that it's about 1930s and 1940s, right? The average lifespan, right, of a listed company in US is actually 67 years. Can you all make a guess, right? What is the average lifespan of a company right now? Can you guys make a guess and type in the chat? What is the average lifespan of a company right now? Okay, it used to be 67 years old. A company used to be 67 years old. That means they open on day one, then after 67 years, then they told then they close shop. Okay, so an average company in US S&P 500, they used to last for 67 years. Okay, 67 years is like older than my mama. Yeah, my mom is early 60s. So average company used to last very, very long. But right now, right, 𝗶𝗏, it's not 135 lah. Yeah, right now the company's average lifespan is it's 15. It's a 15 years. Okay, Calista is very, very close. Okay, Calista say 20, Celine say 20 as well. Okay, right now, an average company lasts 15 years. 15 years is like secondary 3. Secondary 3, that means they told already. Okay. Bowen, your lifespan 135. You have a lot of faith in the medical like advancement in the whole world. Okay, very, very good. I like your attitude. You believe that a company can last very long. Okay, but now it's 15 years. Just remember that. Okay, so every 15 years, the company will either close down or they will just say bye-bye everybody. Okay, Bowen don't have to live very long. Why like that? Bowen, you have to live very long leh. If not, we how? Okay, so anyway, right, and what I actually researched, right, the average holding period of how long someone holds a company, right, it used to be around the same period of time, it used to be 7 years. Okay, about 7 to 8 years. It used to be longer, like about 10 years like that. Okay, so about 1955, it used to be 7 years. Okay, can you guys make a guess, right? In 2005, okay, about 20 years ago, what was the average holding period of a company? Like, how long do someone hold a company in their portfolio before they actually sell it away? Okay, can you guys make a guess? Okay, I'm not saying to not hold companies for long term. Okay, I'm just telling you that this is the statistics. Okay, this is what most investors are doing, but it doesn't mean that you have to follow the same. Okay, you don't have to be a sheep and follow like, hey man, then you follow the person in front of you. Okay, this is just the average. Okay, so Bowen says 1 year, Celine says 3 years. Okay, Celine say Celine say 2 years, Yichan says 3 years, Bowen say 1 year. Okay, let me tell you who is correct. Okay, the truth is none of you are correct. Okay, but the closest person is actually Celine, because right now in about 2005, right, is about 10 months. Okay, average someone holds a company in a portfolio is 10 months, which means on, let's say, the start of the year, you go and buy this company, right? About October period, you'll go and sell already. Okay, so but this is the average. This is the average, okay? And make a guess right now, in 2025, okay, don't go and Google. In 2025, what's the average holding period of a company? Okay, so we can see that the previous slide is declining. So now 2025, make a guess. How many years or how many months someone hold on to a company? Okay, can you all type in the chat? 10 months. Wow, Kelvin, you very, very optimistic. Okay, Bowen says 6 months. Some more. Anyone else? Okay, Leonard. Wow, Leonard. 3 months. Is it Jana also say 3 months. Celine also say 3 months. Okay, guys, is it a reflection of your own portfolio? Is it a reflection of your own portfolio? Okay, yeah. So I mean, you can look at your own portfolio and you can kind of guess what are the number of months that people hold on to their stocks. Okay, so I think y'all are typing what y'all would do in your own portfolio. Okay. Okay, Jana says 1 day. Wow, Jana, you it's your portfolio, I'm a bit worried. Okay, Bowen say Bitcoin holding period longer. Okay, let me reveal to you the answer. The average holding period of 2025 is 5.5 months. Can you guys tell me, are you guys shocked or not? Because and some of I go and ask ChatGPT, they also tell me it's about 3 months. Okay, so Celine, Jana, and I think someone else also said 3 months. Y'all are very, very close. Okay, which means from 1955 until now, the average people holding on to a company is damn short. Okay, yeah, Bowen say Jana invest in a real asset, which is the husband. Okay, which means last time maybe you hold for like a few years, but now it's like when you go dating, right? Last time you date for about 7 years, then you break up, but now become 3 months or become 5.5 months. Okay, but this is just, again, is the average of the whole economy, the whole US, the whole world. Doesn't mean it has to reflect on your portfolio. Okay, if you follow the crowd, right, maybe your portfolio will not be as good lah. Okay, so if you follow the crowd, maybe you will be average, but then you won't outperform the market lah. Okay, Kelvin, very good. Kelvin hold on to his stocks for many, many years. Okay, wow, I love it. Okay, so make a guess, right? Make a guess. What kind of companies or how many companies do you think that I'm holding on forever? Okay, how many companies am I holding on forever? Like, y'all can put 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay, can y'all make a guess? Okay, I want to know how many of you. Okay, Jana says 3. Wow, you just follow the company, the title of this live streaming, is it? Okay, the answer is 0. Okay, why is it 0? You must be thinking, hey, this Rachel come and scam me and ask me to come and watch this live stream for the last 18 minutes and tell me that there are 0 companies that she's holding on forever. Okay, I tell you why that this is my answer. Because there's so many changes, there's so many innovations, right? 2 years ago, if you tell me that, hey, I want to invest in an AI company, I'll tell you, you what AI, there's nothing known about this company yet, and you want to go and invest in their IPO in these companies. Okay, so the whole industry, the whole investing economy, how people work as well. Now everybody is using AI for their work. And if 2 years ago, you ask me to use ChatGPT for my work, I will be like, wow, is it reliable or not? And right now, right, in 2025, it has evolved and changed so much, right, that I can tell you there's no companies that I'm holding on forever. Because if I hold on forever, then, I'm also following the crowd. Because like there are companies that people always keep forever in their portfolio, and then, it can certainly one day become bust. So I want to see companies that are innovating, they are constantly improving. Then I will say that, oh, actually I can add more to my portfolio. or I can reduce it in my portfolio. Okay, so there's no companies that I'll tell you to go and hold hold on forever. Okay, Bowen say, welcome to the trading channel. Okay, Kelvin say, do your own due diligence. That's right. But there are companies, right, I can tell you that I have been keeping for a very, very long time in my portfolio. So even though I say I hold none forever, right, there are companies that I'm constantly reviewing, and they have constantly, day after day, they have proven themselves that they deserve a spot in my portfolio. Okay, so let me show you. This is the number one company that I'm talking about. I think this company has no need for any explanation. Okay, so I was looking into the last 151 years, right, of the S&P 500 returns. Okay, and most of the time, right, if you can see over here, okay, I think it might be a little bit small. Most of the time, right, it is either in the 20 or the 10% returns. Okay, yeah, Kelvin, you're not surprised because S&P 500, right? Yesterday I was actually trying out my because my wedding is coming out, so I'm trying out wedding dresses in my bridal shop, right? And then we're choosing some pictures as well. And my coordinator actually asked me, "Hey, you do investing, right? Like, what company can I invest in?" And this is my only answer. If you have not started before and you don't know how to invest, or you have some auntie uncle come and ask you, hey, Rachel or Kelvin, what kind of company should I invest in? And you maybe will be scared you don't want to anyhow say the answer, right? Then you just tell them go and invest in the S&P 500 and it's a no-brainer, like what Kelvin mentioned. And it also constantly readjusts itself. Okay, so recently, right, Datadog has also officially entered the S&P 500. I did a video about it. It went a mini viral, okay, and this whole ETF, this whole index, right, is constantly choosing and selecting companies. So let's say if you don't prove yourself, right, then you are eliminated from this S&P 500 portfolio. Okay, so this is the company that I told my bridal coordinator, right? Hey, this is you don't know how to invest. You just close your eyes. You just every single month you just put like even you put $300, $500. You just put in endowers or you put in 𝗙, right? It can help you to buy every single month. It's kind of like a forced saving, if you ask me. Okay, so it basically can help you to kind of beat inflation. Okay, so it's not like super amazing results. I mean, the last 20 years, I believe S&P 500 has given us about 11 to 12% returns. Okay, so it definitely beats inflation because inflation is about 3%, right? And it definitely beats the bank returns as well, which is bank return in Singapore is about 1%. I don't know how many of you here are from Singapore or Malaysia, right? It's always about 1%. Okay, so it beats it gives you a little bit of advantage, okay, but it is not the it's consistent and it's also predictable. Okay, and the second company, right, I just want to really run through quickly, is this company called Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, how many of you here are you have Berkshire in your portfolio? Can you type BH? Can you type BH in the chat? Okay, so I mean, unless you don't know about this, unless you haven't been investing so everyone who invests knows Warren Buffett, knows Berkshire Hathaway, and this company, right, has been around for many years, and recently, right, recently got a super big news. Okay, our Berkshire investors, do you know what happened recently in May? 5th of May this year? There was a super huge announcement, and then after this announcement came out, right, bam, this share price dropped 10%. Do you guys know? You guys know what happened? Okay, while you guys are typing, basically Berkshire Hathaway CEO is stepping down. Yes, like what Kelvin and Desmond mentioned. So our dear Warren Buffett, after 96 years of age, right, which I think he already worked more than he should. Okay, the average retirement age in US, I think, is maybe about 50, 60 years old. But yeah, so our dear Warren Buffett has announced that he he is stepping down as the CEO lah. He never said he's retiring. He just said that I'm giving over the CEO position to this guy called 𝗲𝗂𝗶𝗫. Okay, so this is the new CEO. He is Warren Buffett, but minus about 30 years old lah. Okay, so he's about 60 plus years old. Okay, and this guy, right? Okay, later I'll share more about him. He has been working for the Berkshire Hathaway company since the year 2000. Okay, so he's been working at Berkshire for 25 years, working in the energy sector of Berkshire. Okay, so he has brought in billions of dollars for Buffett and Berkshire. And I think in 2018, he officially became the CEO of the energy sector. Okay, so yeah, so Warren Buffett is still advising for Berkshire. Just that he said that okay, I maybe don't want to be the CEO lah. You know, let me go and enjoy my life a bit lah. Okay, so this guy called 𝗲𝗂𝗶𝗫, and then because of this news that came out, right? I mean, it's not really unexpected lah. This news. I mean, Buffett is 96 already. How long you want this guy to work? Okay, so after he announced, right, like I said, 10% drop in the Berkshire's shares. And the reason why, right, this morning, my team member was asking me, hey, Berkshire has been dropping so much for the last 2 months. Should I hold on to the company or should I buy more? Okay, so I was telling my colleague, right, that actually what you were paying for before that, right, is actually this thing called the Buffett premium. Okay, why is it called the Buffett premium, right? It's because last time when Buffett is still the CEO, right, everybody think that wow, Berkshire is gonna do super well. It will keep doing well. That's why there's this overpriced reaction, right? So there's this, I mean, how much Berkshire is actually worth. I mean, it's a very, very solid company, but because there's the Warren Buffett name tied to it, right, there was this maybe 10% premium tied to it. So when Buffett actually announced that he's retiring, right, then, you know, the 10% thing dropped lah. You know, people say, hey, maybe not so, a bit scary now lah, you know, once Buffett retires. But a lot of people don't know, right, that this 𝗲𝗂𝗶𝗫, he has been working in the industry and he has been at least preparing for this CEO position, right, in the last 10 years. Okay, so Buffett, right, if you know his pattern, he doesn't just suddenly find one random guy and tell them that, hey, you are going to be the CEO. He actually trained him for the last 25 years and he already announced it in 2021 that this 𝗲𝗂𝗶𝗫 guy, you know, he's going to be taking over my position as CEO after I retire. Okay, so he has been announced that he's coming into this position for the last 4-5 years. So it's not a surprise, but still, you know, markets are very reactive right now. That's why you see there's a 10% drop. Okay, like over here, okay, this one is the past 1 month. Okay, so about 3% drop right now. I think in the last probably a few days, it is still dropping. Okay, so this is one company that if you ask me, right, I will really be monitoring very, very closely because I was looking at the Berkshire Hathaway web of companies that they own, right? It's crazy. They are owning sectors and sectors. Basically, Berkshire Hathaway is like a S&P 500. It's a company that owns a lot of different businesses. And, you know, there's the insurance sector, which is the biggest of the Berkshire revenue streams. And also there is a lot of, I mean, they even have a stationery, which is Pilot. You know, they have manufacturing, you know, they have even servicing and retailing, which is all the 𝗲𝗃 candies, which is the 𝗲𝗏𝗃, which is jewelry line. No, there's so many businesses that are inside this whole kind of like I call it a Berkshire ETF lah. Okay, there's even listed companies that are inside this whole this whole arena lah. Okay, and there are of course there are non-listed companies as well, and their net profit, right, okay, this is last year, it is still $26 billion. And this morning, right, when I checked, they have $12 billion in cash. Okay, how many companies can tell you that, you know, and also recently they made very, very big investments as well on certain companies. I mean, most recently, you know, they invested in quite a number of companies. Of course, they sold off Apple and stuff like that. You know, I think about last year, they had about $30 billion in cash, about $29 billion in cash. And then they went to invest quite a big part of it, okay, when the market dropped. Okay. And the second one company that I really wanted to share is Microsoft. Okay, this is one of my favorite companies. In fact, now I'm actually using Microsoft PowerPoint to present to you this presentation. Okay, this webinar, and I also pay the subscription fee every single year as well for this. But that's a very very small part of this Microsoft business. Okay, how many of you have Microsoft in your portfolio? Can you type MSFT in the chat? Okay, can you type MSFT in the chat? Okay, so this is another company that, wow, if you ask me, right, is super amazing, because I look at the companies they own, right, it's like, wow, it's like a spider web. Every single thing you touch, as long as you are working in corporate, you have to touch something that it belongs to Microsoft. Okay, hey, 𝗪𝗎, why you so Microsoft? Okay, Chris also say used to have this company. Okay, personally, Microsoft is one of the companies that has the biggest holding in my portfolio as well. So I won't go into the numbers. I mean, of course, the numbers is very very good. I just want to highlight certain things that Microsoft own. I mean, very very famously, ChatGPT. They invested $13 billion into ChatGPT very very early on. And because of that, right, because they invested in ChatGPT, right, they are able to use the ChatGPT functions and servers for free. Okay, which means they don't have to pay for all the servers and all the system that are running on ChatGPT. Okay, and of course, they also own companies like LinkedIn. Okay, now LinkedIn has also have a lot of subscription, for people that are hiring HR people, businesses that want to look for talents as well. Okay, my employees, you are not allowed to use LinkedIn. Okay, just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, so LinkedIn has also very good growth potential as well, and of course, Skype. I think Skype. Most of the government agencies are using Skype. Okay, for us, we are mostly using Zoom but they have a lot of government contracts as well, and also Activision Blizzard. Okay, how many of you here are gamers? How many of you here game? Can you type G in the chat? So if you game, right, you definitely need to know this company Activision Blizzard. Okay, personally, I'm not a gamer, but I know that Activision owns a lot of big companies, big games as well. So beyond, he's actually he used to work in the game industry so he would have known that Activision Blizzard is very very big in the, if you are a gaming nerd okay. And also GitHub. Okay, GitHub is one of the companies that provides the back end for a lot of coders as well. It's very very big as well. Okay, and also looking into Microsoft Intelligence Cloud, right? Wow, this is a super big portfolio in the whole Microsoft scene. And previously, right, I didn't really look into this side of their business. I think the cloud business is something that after AI came in, they actually really need to have a lot of software and also servers as well, right, to start to host all this AI, all this information. And that's what 𝗲𝗲𝗂𝗃 does, and it has consisted of $44 billion in revenue for Microsoft, and that's huge. I think Microsoft, if previously I never see wrongly, right, I think their revenue is $69 billion. Okay, so of these $69 billion, the 𝗲𝗲𝗂𝗃, I don't even know how to pronounce, is $44 billion. Okay, and also their server products, right, contributes about 24 billion. Okay, it's about 1/3 of the whole revenue of Microsoft, and this is huge because all the coders, all of the internet servers, right, have to be based on this this side of their business. Okay, the cloud server, and also I think they are also doing some cloud defender, which helps to protect people from stealing your data as well. Okay, and storage as well. Very very amazing. So even though we are very, very familiar with all our Microsoft Office and all that, right? It is such a small part of this business, and it has grown so much, right? That wow, and it has quietly grown. So I love this kind of companies that it quietly grows in their own products, their own portfolios, but they never really go and howl about it. I know they don't go and tell everybody like, hey, this one is my invention. Okay. So I love this kind of company. Okay. Compared to Apple and Google, right? I think especially companies that I want to own very, very long in my portfolio, right? It needs to be very, very I would say they must be able to defend themselves, right? They must be very durable as a business. Okay. If they are not durable, right, then I won't spend so much time or such a big portion of my portfolio on it. Okay. So even Google, right, they are very, very reliant on ads. Okay. They are very reliant on ads. So the ads part bring in the biggest revenue, and that's what they are known for the longest time. And I feel like maybe Google has not presented itself, it has not innovated as much compared to Microsoft. Okay. So for Apple as well, there's competition, for Google, there's AI competition. So Apple also faces a lot of risk from their app store. I think if you guys use Apple, you use Apple Pay, right? You use MRT, you go and touch Apple Pay, right? Do you know that they take 30% of the revenue of everything that goes through their payment system? Do you know that? 30% wow, super 很好赚 because it's like 30%, right? Wow, every single thing, which means whatever subscription, whatever things you buy from the app store, from when you pay Spotify, right, you pay it through Apple, they take 30%. Okay, and that's a lot because how much money do they need to pay to help you process this? Yes, Kelvin, you mentioned it's very good ROI. Okay, very, very good ROI for them. But because of this, right, a lot of companies have been complaining to the SEC, say that Apple go and monopolize the whole industry, and then they are getting into trouble for that. So even though there's a very good ROI for this business, right, they need to face all these risks. Whereas for Microsoft, right, they just do their own thing. They don't have to be bothered by the government. Of course, there are some cases here and there, but it's not as big as Apple, because Apple Pay is the freaking big revenue stream for them. Okay. And then another thing I want to share with you guys, actually I told you guys, right, I'm only going to share 3 companies, right? But for us at Next Level, we always like over deliver okay? How many of you want bonus? Can you type bonus in the chat? Or type B in the chat Okay, let me see some of the comments over here. Okay, can you guys type B in the chat? Okay, very good. So all of you love bonus, right? Okay, let me share with you. You want bonus, you need to do some work okay? There's no such thing as a free meal in the world, okay? So recently I've been building a lot on our BOS Telegram group. So sometimes, I will share things like updates that probably you have missed in the market that is relevant to your portfolio. So just like I mentioned about Apple, right? Apple recently actually lost its most key AI executive, right? This 𝗲𝗵𝘂𝗶𝗽, and he actually went to join Meta. Okay, and because of this news, Apple actually dropped. Okay, and Meta went up. Okay, so I post all this content for my community, and then over here Beyond as well, one of my co-trainers, he also posts a lot of his blogs, okay, on this our Telegram group. So I want to invite you guys to join before I actually give you guys the bonus. Okay, so I will post this. How come cannot? Okay, Microsoft not very good. Okay, you can scan, use your handphone to scan my BOS Telegram group. So go and join our group where we share all this very, very good information. It's free for everybody, of course. We just want to share a lot of good practices and also updates, of what we are thinking of, some of our mindset stuff as well. Any important news, when I do video for you, I will also post here. So any good news like, hey, market got a discount recently. So if let's say Jerome Powell, right, he go and resign his job today, I will also tell you, okay? You'll be the first to know when I know. Okay, so go and join our Telegram group. I will put it over here. Maybe I should post this as a link as well. So take out your phone and scan, and then how do I do? Okay, my team has already posted inside the group. Okay, so you can join our Telegram group. We will update quite a number of things that's going on, and we put in a lot of work to it. So can you guys thank my team as well for this, and really want to give you guys as much value just like today as well, and we also have a good time, when we invest lah. Okay, so I'll just leave the link down below. And so because Kingston and Helen, you're going to join already, okay, so I will share with you guys my bonus. Okay, so this company, I think if you all have any credit cards or debit cards, right, you all would have been you have known this company lah. Okay, this is also a company that has been in my portfolio for the longest time, and overall I think it brought because of options as well, because I use options on Visa, it brought over about 200% for me for the last 6 months. Okay, so even though there's the market dip in April, right, when Trump talked about the tariffs and everything, it dropped so much, right? My portfolio didn't drop that much because actually Visa went up. Okay, so whenever market goes down, right, these kind of companies like banking stuff actually goes up. Okay, so together with all the bonds and gold, Visa also went up. Okay, so even though recently it went down, right, it's still the best performing stock in my portfolio. Okay, so many of you will be asking, hey, still can buy or not? Okay, so I will be observing for the next few days, because the last 5 days it has been dropping about 3%. So every time a company in my portfolio drops about I would say 8 to 10%, I will definitely have a look at it. Is it still worth keeping in my portfolio, or should I be buying more? Okay, so this is also a company same as Berkshire, and also same as the another company that I shared. It will be something that I'll be looking at in the next few days. Okay, so this is something that I also tell my community as well. If let's say I'm buying Visa, or I'm doing I'm opening new options on Visa, right, I will also tell my students lah. Okay, so make sure y'all keep in touch lah. Okay, so Chitan is asking, compared to Mastercard, okay, after a little bit of back testing, right, Visa and Mastercard actually always go up together. Okay, so if you ask me, personally, I like Visa more because I think their financials are much better. So if you want to invest in Mastercard, please also look at their financials as well. Just like what Kelvin said, do your own due diligence. Don't FOMO. Okay, the worst thing to do in investing or in your portfolio, right, is you do whatever other people ask you to do. Okay, that's the sure way to go and lose money. Okay, yeah, so make sure that you don't fall into this trap lah. Okay, so what would I be looking out for in Visa, right? Because now a lot of people, Donald Trump is in charge, right? So he's also promoting a lot of stable coins. Okay, crypto is also gaining a lot of market share as well. So I will be looking at these two factors, whether Visa is able to innovate and follow up with what's going on in the trend as well. If they are not able to innovate, right, then maybe I would need to relook at this company. Okay, but right now, like what Bowen say, Visa's network is still very, very wide. It's still very, very it still have a very, very strong moat lah. Okay, but if let's say Donald Trump suddenly go and implement the stable coins, implement crypto, that would be a very different story. Okay, so always keep the news in check. Okay, so even though like we tell you guys that, hey, some companies, you can keep forever. Okay, you can keep for a very long time, but there are some companies that once their competition comes in, right, you need to react as well. Okay, so it's either you react in a positive way or you react in a negative way lah. Okay, so I always every 6 months or every 1 year, right, I will always look at my portfolio. I will do this thing called a portfolio audit. Okay, you always need to audit your portfolio, right, to see that, hey, is it bringing me what what can make the best out of my money. Okay, so AY is asking, okay, how do I press this? Okay, I am V. May I ask, can I still hold my BC DTE January 26? Your BC is what do you do? Do you do options, or do you sell put, buy call? Okay, Bowen say sell your BC left 120 days. Yeah. Oh, BC means buy call. I thought what company is that? Okay. Yeah, if it's a buy call, right, definitely you need to close it 120 days before. Okay. If not, the options will start to decay. Okay. I think you should remember the milk carton example that I shared, right? It is going to decay very fast. Okay, so yeah, I would say better go and do your research as well. Yeah. Okay. You're welcome, AY. Okay, so in summary, right, these are the 4 companies that I shared today. Definitely there are more companies that I will be looking at. Of course, there will be secret I'll be sharing in my webinar. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, there are companies that I'm always looking out for new opportunities lah. Okay, but looking out is one thing. Whether you really take your portfolio, right, and you put it into the companies and put it into your portfolio, right, is a different thing. Okay, so I'm always researching, but I take action very, very carefully. Okay. Calvin say roll over. Usually for options, I don't really roll over. If let's say it's less than 120 days, I will just close it and open a new one. Okay. Okay, so thanks, Calvin. All right, so we have come to the very interesting part of the sharing. It is the Q&A portion. Okay, so any questions that you guys want to ask me? Wait, let me try to make my face bigger. Okay. Okay, any questions do you want to ask me? You can just type in the chat. Like what I said, this is a casual session. Okay, next time we do more. Do y'all prefer like late night, like maybe like 10 o'clock kind of webinar, or y'all prefer like this timing, like maybe about 8 o'clock? I think we have 132 of you guys here, so just want to hear your feedback and listen so that we know about all this. What about CrowdStrike? Okay, Melson Lim, very, very good question. CrowdStrike, right, is a company that our community, we actually looked at very, very early on. Okay, so for me, CrowdStrike, I'm not really into the scene, but I think Bowen has a very, very, very good research done on CrowdStrike. Okay, but I believe the future of the cybersecurity is very, very big. Okay, so if I'm not sure, right, usually I really go and research into the company, or I can go and buy the ETF of all the cybersecurity companies. Okay, so WK, I am still holding on to UNH. Yeah, wait, sorry. Yeah, I'm still holding on to UNH, definitely. Okay, because why, right? This company, right, is one of the top 3 insurance company in the whole of United States. Okay, so it's not just one, US very big, right? It's not just one little county or one little district, right? It's the whole of US. It's one of the biggest top 3. Okay, so it's a company that I actually told my students that I'm holding on to at least until 2026 and beyond. Okay, so Rohan is asking, what are your thoughts on LVMH and Hermes? Well, this one you have to ask my very good friend. Her name is Jaina. Okay, so for LVMH, I think LVMH, there's 2 ticker symbol, if I'm not wrong. I think that's the LVMUY and LVMH. Okay, so LVMH is also a company, and I think Hermes is under LVMH, if I'm not wrong. Okay, this company is also like an ETF lah. It owns many of the luxury brands. But personally, I believe luxury brands is going on a very steep I don't know lah, because a lot of the companies, they have actually, they are manufacturers, they have come out to say that, hey, don't buy from LV directly, come and buy from me. All those China manufacturers are. And then even for a lot of the activewear as well. So very competitive market, but I still believe that there's still room for growth lah. Okay. Yeah. AY says 8 p.m. is good before market open. Very good. Jeffrey is asking about what about Pfizer. Okay, this company. In fact, in our office, right, there is this credit card machine. It actually belongs to Pfizer. So I've been working with them for about 5 years, and I mean they basically are a middleman. I mean they are kind of like a Visa and Master, but at the end of the day, I still believe that Visa and Master they are the biggest lah. Okay, so I don't really look into the there's always top one, top two, top three. Nobody remembers number three lah. Just kidding, just kidding. Okay, so JK is asking you hold on to UNH stock or sell put. I hold on to the stocks. Okay, so reason why I hold on to UNH stocks, right, is because many of my students also do UNH sell put as well. But because this company, right, is very volatile in the last 6 months, ever since, right, in January, I think you guys know the news, right? The CEO actually got assassinated. Okay, I mean it's for a very very dumb reason lah. But actually because he's the one that is the founder and he was leading the company, right? So after the founder was the CEO was assassinated, the whole market reacted very drastically. Okay, and after that they have some legal things going on as well. So, but it is still a very very huge company. So I actually bought the stock because in the short term, it probably moves like 5% every week. I don't know what's going on, but it's not a company that I'm looking at. Oh, Rohan, I am looking at FICO. I am looking at FICO. Maybe that's something that I will share in my community next lah. Okay, yeah. But I don't have FICO in my portfolio yet. Okay, all right. If I research a bit more and I feel it's very interesting, then I will share more in maybe in the next webinar. So you can go and join the Telegram over here so that you don't miss out on my next live stream. Okay, all right. So I think that is mainly the things that I wanted to share today, and I think I took almost 1 hour. It's not it's about time lah. Okay, so and I really intended to end on time as well. I'll take the last 2 questions. Palantir, I don't really understand the business, so it's not in my portfolio. Anything that I don't understand, I don't put in my portfolio. Okay, I love companies that are freaking boring, but they make me the most money. Okay, so even though Palantir is a lot of our community members, and I believe beyond Bowen, they are into it as well. But personally, I don't like because I don't understand. Okay, maybe because I not so smart lah. I try to understand, but I didn't really understand. Okay, so it's not something that I will put in my portfolio. Okay, so Nashi, if I'm a broke uni student with $2 in my balance, what should you invest? You should invest in finding a part-time job lah. Hey, I'm looking for interns. If you don't mind, if you want to learn, you can apply to be our intern on our website. Okay, so if you only got $2, don't invest lah. Invest, you start to save some money first, then maybe you have $1,000 or every meal you are covered, then you start to invest. Okay. Tesla is also something that I don't put in my portfolio. Okay, but I think many of our students they have invested. Sorry, not our students. I think a lot of people in the market has invested, and I think it's not doing that well lah, because of the recent news by Donald Trump. He actually cut back on a lot of the energy saving grants that actually was given out previously. So last time, if you buy a Tesla, right, let's say, I don't know how much is a Tesla lah, let's say it's a 50K Tesla, right, the government actually subsidized 7.5K of your Tesla. So it become like $42,000 and $500. Okay, but now you have to buy the full price, which is $50,000. Okay, yep, I think that's all I will share today. Anything else will be a secret. Okay, just kidding. Okay, so remember to join our Telegram, like I mentioned. Then if you have any questions, you can leave it for the next live stream now. Okay, so do join our group as well. Okay, yep, I think I will see you guys at our next live stream, which is 2 weeks from now. Okay, so stay tuned. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye. I'll end the live stream now.